Welcome everyone, it's Egwin here from Beyond Systems. Today I'm really excited because I'm kicking off a new series that will run all through this December. What we're going to do is every single day I'm going to share one exercise with you, one movement exercise. And those will range from very simple and beginner-friendly exercises regarding mobility, regarding coordination and so on, all the way to more intermediate exercises where a little bit more flexibility and also more strength is already required, and then to more complex exercises even where really your coordination and your mechanics is challenged in a whole different way, in a more complex situation. So I'm really excited for this. Again, it was something that was requested from one of you, which I'm really excited about. I always love to interact with you guys and also follow down that path. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks that we spend here together with those exercises. That being said, there will never be a single exercise where I just say, okay, let's just do 20 push-ups, 1 minute break or 30 seconds break and another 20 push-ups or something like that. So I will always give my usual additional nuggets that many of you are here for on this channel. And for those of you who are completely new, welcome to the channel. Normally, I really dive deep into explaining how things work, how movement, body mechanics, and emotions and so on are connected with each other. And this whole month is really primarily about the movement part, but I will always weave some additional information in there as well, just not in the full-on complex long video format that I typically do. So it's not going to be 30-minute videos or something like that. I'm going to try to compact it. Obviously, this first one is going to be a little bit longer just because I give this whole introduction for this month. All that being said, I hope you're all ready. Let's get started. If there is ever a time throughout these classes when you feel like, oh, I haven't quite understood how to do the exercise, just type that in the comments down below or let me know. Give me your feedback. If you're new here and you like that, then please click the subscribe button, the notification bell to stay up to date with the next videos and just get them into your inbox every single day throughout whole of December. All right, let's get started. I'm looking forward to this. All right, first exercise. We're gonna go in a much wider than hip wide stance. The inside edges of my feet are parallel to each other, so the toes of both feet point towards the same direction. From here, just drop into your knees slightly. I show this from the side. My knees are gently bent. It's not just a micro bend, they are really a little bit bent. My hip drops down. My upper body stays totally upright. In this position, what we're going to start with is shifting the weight from one side to the other. Let's do this first without any additional input from my side. Just try to shift your hip from one side to the other. Pay attention to your pelvic ring staying parallel to the ground at all times rather than coming up in the middle because you straighten your legs and then dropping back down on the other side. So that's not what we want. We want to try to stay low and just shift weight from one side to the other. Like this. Also make sure that your hip doesn't raise or drop on either side. So just move it from one side to the other. All of those would be possible variations, but for now our focus is really on this parallel to the ground plane where we move. One more input, try to pay attention to your knees, especially when you're with your weight in the left side and you want to go to the right. Allow the right knee or even imagine the right knee being pulled forward towards the toes. And then if you want to go from the right to the left, picture the left knee being pulled forward towards the toes again. Still make sure that your upper body stays upright. It's never a leaning into, it's just a weight shift from one side to the other that is initiated by a pull on the knees. I'm just symbolizing this pull with my hands here. You don't have to do this. You can choose different speeds, slowly, to get more accustomed to this. It's an opening for the hip joints. It's also a coordinating with the leg so that one leg moves out of the way in order for the other one to be able to push into the movement without restriction. So it's about not standing in your own way. That's the psychological component of such a type of movement. Getting out of your own way. And also obviously warming up muscles, warming up joints, the ankles, the knees, the hip joints. Good. And now turn the hip in such a way that when your weight shifts to the right, you close the right hip joint in front. So turn the left hip up and over. Then shift your weight without turning the body and close at the end of the movement again. So when your weight is totally in the left leg, then you turn your hip. Shift the weight over without turn and then twist at the end. Shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn, shift, turn. And now see if you can make this a little bit smoother. It's always good to compartmentalize before, to make a clear statement to the joints what you want, and then try to smooth it out with a little bit more dynamic later. When you go a little faster here, really make sure that your shoulders and your arms are totally relaxed. Everything that we said before is still valid. So we still initiate the movement by allowing the currently straight knee to go towards the front. This initiates the weight shift and eventually also the turn. Allow for the arms to tangle around your body. And when you intensify this movement in your legs and in your hips, then you might even feel that the weight of your arms also starts to pull on your thoracic area, which is perfect. See, one thing that is very important for this exercise is it's an exercise that's guided from down up, meaning we stand in this position, we shift the weight. There is no movement in the upper body at all. It's just almost carried like a glass of water on a plate. The plate would be my hip. Then I start to turn my hip. Still, the upper body is like that glass of water or a cup of ice, if you want, like some delicious ice cream. And this upper body is served sort of on the plate, which is the pelvic ring. Then obviously, a part of the upper body that is very loose are the arms. So it will start to swing quite soon. But still, if you look at that, my shoulders and my hips, they are still connected with each other, although my arms are in this slight pendulum motion. When I intensify this, you'll realize that the centrifugal force on my arms increases, and that also leads to a slight twist in the body, namely in the thoracic spine, which is great because the thoracic spine, contrary to the lumbar spine, can rotate. And so it's very important that you allow that movement to build up, starting from down there and then eventually affecting higher areas, rather than moving your arms actively. Now I'm using the muscles of my upper body to move my arms. No, this movement right now, the way we perform it, is designed for the lower body moves, which also increases your awareness of your legs, the awareness of your hips. And it has an effect on the upper body, which is the centrifugal force for the arms, which is relaxing for the shoulders, and which also creates this slight twist in the thoracic spine, which is great because it reduces tension in the heart area, reduces tension in the whole thorax area. And that's exactly what we are looking for in this movement. Don't go too wild, so you still want to keep that structure in the legs, you still want to maintain that idea of the knee moving forward. And then slowly allow that movement to calm back down again. Stand up, take a couple of steps, and just let this swing in the body slowly calm down as well. All right, have a fun time trying this out. This is exercise number 1. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow with the next exercise. Like I said, it's going to be a wild mix of exercises, all the way from mobility drills on the ground, flexibility exercises, stretching, strength exercises, stabilization exercises, relaxing and flow exercises like this one, Qigong exercises. We will do the whole thing. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next couple of days. Have a beautiful time. Bye guys. Thank you for watching.